once I found that as a leader, what motivates my people, how to use these kind of findings in my work or in
Yeah.
our work as a team.
That's something that I cover in the guide, but like to give you the perspective, there are three situations in which you can actually use this information. So first of all, you want to know now if your team members are operating in the area of their strengths, right? When we know what
Mhm.
motivates people, usually people are motivated by the things that they are good at, right? You probably not gonna see someone being motivated by something that they're not good at it, right? Usually if something motivates you is that you kind of, you cannot be motivated by, you know, new experiences if you hate new experiences,
Yeah,
right? Right.
exactly.
So usually that they go hand in hand, right? So usually our motivation, as you mentioned also earlier, comes from our passion, right? And our passion is usually in the area where we're good at. You know, sometimes we're also passionate about something which is more of an aspiration than a passion. And I say, I would like to be good at dancing, for example, but I'm really no good at all, right? Sometimes it could also be that way. But most of the times, you know, the passion is actually, you know, lies in the area that also where our motivation lies. So what this helps us is to see if the people are operating in the area of their strengths. So, in other words, if Madalena on my team, does she has opportunities to learn new things and have new
Mhm,
experiences, or is her work very repetitive and very
mhm,
structured,
mhm.
so she might get bored, right, by that type of work. So that's
Yeah,
how
yeah,
I
yeah.
would use what I just found out in our earlier conversation to see if you work in the area of your strengths, right? Then the second part would be, is, you know, am I motivating you with the things that you're motivated by? In other words, like my motivational strategy, right? How do I motivate my team? Do I motivate them the way they want to be motivated, or the way that I want to be motivated? I mentioned earlier that I'm motivated by a deadline. You know, for me, when
Yeah.
I'm behind schedule, you have to remind me of the deadline, and you have to keep the pressure for me to actually work at my best.
Yeah, yeah,
Other
yeah.
people are not motivated by that.
And they
So now
cannot,
knowing what
yeah, they
motivates
cannot
you,
perform. They
exactly.
cannot perform under pressure. And it's very important for you to understand if they work better under pressure or actually they don't perform at all under pressure. It's
Exactly.
very important.
And this is something that you learn in the game. This is something that you learn in our assessment. There is a complete section on that, you know, the reaction to pressure. And so you know that now, because you know what motivates Madalena, you make sure that you motivate her that way and not, you know, not differently. And then the last one here is, this is more general valid, but also like remove demotivational factors. Now I know that if you like, you know, new experiences, I can probably make an assumption which is pretty valid, that you would not like routine that much, because you cannot like new
No,
things and routine at the same time.
no.
So if I routinely ask you the same kind of things, or if I put you in a position where you have just an Excel file to work on, and you don't speak to anyone, and you're just by yourself and do that, that's probably not going to motivate you. And it can
No,
become a demotivational factor, right? Like if you
exactly.
like to try new things, you probably would like some freedom in your life, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so
Of
if I
course.
micromanage you, that will become a demotivational factor. So you will almost tell me how to do it. I don't, you know, I can do this. I have this under control. You don't have to micromanage me. You don't have to check with me. So if I
Yeah.
do that, it becomes a demotivational factor. So that's why I don't know how we can lead people to performance without knowing each individual on our team and knowing what motivates them. I
Mhm.
simply cannot see it.